never be you.
Folks, welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I'm your host, Conrad Cushman, being joined tonight by the man in blue. It is the one, the only, the man they call Derek.
Yo, yo, yo.
We're here to bring a Dynamite review. This is the Thanksgiving special. We over here at EPW, me and Derek at least, we are thankful for all of you, your opinions, even the haters, the annoying ones, all of that. We're going to be thankful for you guys today as well. We appreciate all of you. It's motivation. It's all love. And that's why we do this. That's why we talk about this. Thank you for anyone who donates super chats. Very appreciative of that. Appreciative of my co-host, Sean on Mondays, Derek on Wednesdays, Rob for the specials. Gonna start making him do some New Japan reviews soon too. Tired of this. But I appreciate everybody who's got some good stuff going. Thank you for that. Big shout out to everyone who's here.
Shout out.
Yo, that reminded me when we first recorded. Well, I forgot, what was the song? It was the "We Ride Out." That's all I was thinking when you said that. If you ever record like rap music, audio, any stuff like that, you remember stuff like that all the time. Hilarious. Big shout out, B-Boy Skyline started off Ball Forever. You know, I'm Team Bald, so I gotta respect it. This is Bald. Yeah, the crowd was definitely trying to get themselves over tonight. I don't know what was going on with that, but right. Take it easy, Chicago. Clown says, evening, everybody. What's good, Clown? Yo, random thing real quick before I get to Matt Lopez. Shout out to Mr. Ring of Honor, Matt Lopez. Yo, so I was listening to Lupe Fiasco today. I just threw that on. I had to go somewhere. I think I was going to the gym. I was like, let me put on Lupe Fiasco. I put on Kick Push. Not going to lie. I saw a brother like 3 blocks down after I started driving, skateboarding. And I was like, yo, this is surreal right now. Love it. You know, I'm sure I've seen like kids skateboard, but I'm like, I've never put on Kick Push and then seen someone literally skateboarding right after.
Right. Yeah. No, I don't think I've ever seen anybody do that either. Not in the midst of me doing that.
Chicago made me think of that. Chicago, man.
Chicago.
Matt Lopez says, good evening. Hope your Wednesday's been a good one. Hashtag Ball Forever. Sorry, Conrad. Terrible. Hashtag Ball Forever. Y'all gonna put that, man. Y'all better start donating some $2 super chats or something up in this piece. All right. Bald. This is Bald. Yo, y'all see? Yeah, you knew. Ooh, these guys are bald. Yo, terrible, bro. Terrible. If AEW does a shirt like that, like the meat ones, I'm done. Delayed grats in the house. Brody hit Darby so hard they knocked out the audio. Facts, bro. Facts. I told someone, I'm like, this is the best commentary sounded all night. You know, little joke, little shot. Just kidding. If AEW does Ball Forever, this is Ball shirt. I dare someone to buy it for Conrad for Christmas. You catching a Gonzo bomb from me too if you do that. After that beating Jay White, look like yo, come on now. Haven't watched yet. Prepping for Thanksgiving and listening to Hubs. Ricky Stark show up? No, sir. No, sir. We're gonna talk about that though here momentarily, and I want to get everyone's opinions going here. This one time Dynamite decided to end at 10 due to basketball. Ooh, didn't know that. Easy E in the house. What up, E? Delayed Grats is here. Thank you. I'm thankful for everyone in this chat. And of course, Conrad and Derek. Thank you, good sir.
Thank you.
Joel says, happy Thanksgiving, Derek and Conrad. Thank you, Joel.
Thank you, Joel.
Appreciate you. Yo, Derek, favorite Thanksgiving food? We never really get to, do that for you. Better hurry up, too, before the super chat. Yo,
right.
This water is filled to the brim.
Brimski. Mac and cheese. Matter of fact, take that back. Carrot cake.
Come on, bro. That's a like tradition just for you. People eat carrot cake on Thanksgiving. I catch hell every time I bring up carrot cake. I'm like, it's not bad.
Carrot cake is good. I don't understand why people don't like carrot cake.
Zero clue, bro.
Listen, good tall glass of milk, ice cold milk, a fat, hefty slice of carrot cake and a good old fashioned recliner watching Sleepy Hollow.
Sick.
Every year.
Jesus
De Leon.
What's good, Jesus? Yo, Delay Grass, I see your super chat. You're about to jump right up, but I do have to do this one time. The intern is requesting a specific shout out. Mustard! If you haven't listened to the new Kendrick album, you have no clue what we're talking about. But if you're on the internet, you should know.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Mustard on the beat, though. Delay Grats, thank you. He says, happy Thanksgiving, everything pro wrestling. Great Dynamite tonight. Bald wrestlers rule AEW. Swerve is my hero for sticking it to Max Caster. Hurt Syndicate proving Triple H needs to see more colors. Delay Grats, ain't no lies being told, my brother. Thank you. And Delay Grats, I'm happy to have met you, man. Yo, big shout out to the homies Phil, Reg, and Will, too. Will Washington, who works for AEW. Yo, big shout out to them, man. I really, really appreciate those dudes. I always try to big up other Black wrestling podcasts doing positive things in the wrestling community. Because I know someone's going to tell me, well, why didn't you big up so-and-so? Right. Some people don't even deserve to have their name said on here, and I'm going to keep it positive today. So that's what we're going to do. Support Grapsity, though, man. They represent Fightful, Righteous Reg, and Phil Lindsay. You like good basketball talk. You like sports talk. You like rap, wrestling. All my favorite things. If you guys know me, I love all that stuff. Like, I know everyone's just like, man, Conrad's a deep wrestling dude. Wrestling's like my number one passion, but I love a lot of other things too. Like I said, me and Derek used to rap. Lots of good stuff in this stuff, man. Thank you, Delay Grants. I appreciate you, and I'm happy to have your friendship, brother. Thank you so much.
Yes, sirski.
Matt Lopez is forever thankful 5 years ago for joining in this chat for the first Dynamite review. Man, appreciate you, Matt. I feel like I've known you on social media for a long time, so much appreciated, my friend. We need Jay White to, chill, Jesus. You're not wrong, but chill. Rob wasn't here for that. Me and Rob got to talk about that because that's something he wanted. Yeah, it's Rutgers versus Alabama. You don't like college? Come on, bro.
I love college, but Rutgers and Alabama?
Will the New Day break up? I hope not. We're gonna talk about that on Clash this Monday. We're gonna definitely save that, so definitely check that out. E bugging in the chat. Love E too. Got some opinions. I love all wrestling. TK throws all kind of shade elsewhere, but hurts when Effie says something. Shut it down. Well, we'll get into that, clown. I got some strong opinions on it. John G, King of R&B.
John G.
What's good, man? Thank you guys so much, man. Hit that like button if you want to help support us for free. Leaving comments also helps. Even if you wait until after it ends, refresh it, leave me an emoji. That's it. That helps get us into the YouTube algorithm more. People who like stuff you like, it might recommend it to them. Hey, you like pro wrestling? Check this out. Does this interest you? Cool. Great. If you do that, we appreciate that over here.
Simple. Very simple.
Everything else is all higgled and piggled, right? I don't know who did this artwork. I hope it's on here somewhere. If not, someone yell at me. I don't know where I got this from, but I saw this artwork and it was dope. Someone else might have taken it too, and I seen it, but really love it, man. Tonight's theme of the show is about the Continental Classic, and the Continental Classic is super deep this year. We have the gold side and the blue side. Where is this going to end? It is a round robin tournament. We will pull up tournament brackets to talk about this, but that is the basis for these shows going forward. We're going to have to talk about who gets points. Why does this matter? What are we doing? Blah, blah, blah. Like, it's all going to make sense. If you don't know what you're doing, trust in Brother Cush and Brother Derek over here. We got you. But for the love of all things pro wrestling, please, do not come in here acting like you don't understand stuff.
Right.
All right. I'll explain it to you. I got you. Here's tonight's Dynamite card. It looked a little light, but it was still pretty good.
It was.
Tony Khan made sure he got that November Rain full use out of it. He did a recap video with it too. He's like, no, I paid all that money. Oh, perpetuity. This is getting used, brothers.
Absolutely.
They added some segments with Hangman Page, Adam Cole, all that. We'll get to that momentarily, but they showed highlights of the show. We open up tonight with MVP and the Hurt Syndicate. They are cutting promos in the ring. Yo, MVP's getting MVP chance. I love the Hurt Syndicate. And just like Delay Grant said in the chat, bro, it was amazing. His super chat was spot on. Yes. Triple H needs to realize, like, yo, y'all missed the boat with this. Like, that was the best thing that Lashley and them were doing at the time. Yes. Recap. When the glasses come off, it gets serious. What were we doing with Shelton Benjamin since 2016? This dude's amazing. What he could have been doing 8 years ago would have probably been bonkers. Yes. What are we doing, bro? I don't get it. He did it again tonight. Yeah. MVP ends up cutting his promo. Mark Briscoe comes out. There was a stare down with Lashley and Mark Briscoe where I was like, we got some possible trios action in the future. Just in time for Derek, his favorite. Stop hating.
Trash. Dookie.
Now, we are going to discuss the opening match. It was Mark Briscoe, Shelton Benjamin. Ain't no stopping him now. I did get something from Matt Lopez, and I'm going to use the terminology here from, I think was it Drain Bamager? Hopefully I said your name correctly. Excalibur announced a major change to the 2024 Continental Classic. This year's winner of the Gold League will wrestle the runner-up of the Blue League and vice versa. The two semis will happen at World's End, with the final match also happening later in the pay-per-view on December 28th. So, they are going to have these two brackets. Here's the blue side. Here's everyone on the blue team. There's no points up yet. If you look at it, let's use Shelton Benjamin, for example. If you go over, how many blocks is it, Derek? 1, 2, 3, 4. That is where Shelton Benjamin's points will be shown. The blue is, well, you can't fight yourself. Right. So that's why those are there. And they'll show how many points you get. So Shelton Benjamin versus Mark Briscoe's up first. 3 points for if you win, 0 points if you lose. I believe it's 1 if it's a draw or a win by count out or DQ, things like that of that nature. If I'm wrong, someone please yell at me. But those are how the rules work for this, right? Shelton Benjamin, this was a fun opening match. I'm not going to get super deep into it. Froggy Bow, but Briscoe has to sell the ribs. Shelton Benjamin wins. Solid match. Yo, the super kick. I don't know who we need to talk to. Wow. Buckaroos, you're going to have to give that up to Shelton, baby, because them kicks look great. They sell for him.
You have to give that up for him.
Yeah.
And so much force behind it.
And then right into the T-bone. Ooh. Man, listen. That T-bone, fantastic. Yo, shout out to E and them in the chat, man. I see you, Sean. He says, happy Thanksgiving. Appreciate you.
I got hopes.
Sean just had a live show earlier before this. So after this is done, go check it out. Sean had a Bloodline special letting you know on the timeline of the Bloodline, where he runs down everything that has happened. Well worth people checking out.
Bars.
Shelton Benjamin gets the win with the T-bone suplexer to a pin. Another fantastic showing, Derek. I really don't have much else to say besides that.
Shelton Benjamin has been a breath of fresh air. Why wasn't he used back in said program? One can only hope to get a clear-cut answer as to why he wasn't used. But Shelton Benjamin showing and proving that he still got it. Let's go. That mean super kick, bro.
Right. I don't know if this is breaking news, but Matt Lopez says Deonna Purrazzo is heading to CML Arena, Mexico on December 13th. Looks like that show is AEW heavy with Pat, Claudio, and Red Velvet also on the show. Okay. Go ahead, Deonna. See? Right. Go. If they ain't giving you nothing, go take it. Right. Say, I'll do that show. I'll make that town. I'll make that trip. Go ahead. Do your thing. Let me see here. Matt says, seeing how Shelton is doing in AEW, man, he was wasted in said company. We won't say where. Nah, Meltzer told me he was 49 and cooked, B. Yeah, that's why they didn't answer those questions at the media scrum from their website. E, thank you so much for posting Hub's link. It's also in the description for all of our stuff, and I've just added it in there just so people can find Sean easier. So make sure you guys check him out. Show him some Thanksgiving love, too. 3 for a win, 1 for a draw. Shelton, the super kick should be his finisher, but I love that T-bone. Always good.
The T-bone is fire, but the super kick, the way that he executes it, that may have to be his finisher.
Yo, happy Thanksgiving to my man Doug, who's in the chat. Appreciate you. All right, I don't know. He said pilgrims. I don't know what that means. Don't call me pilgrim now. We gotta start calling you jive turkeys up in here. We gotta say that. Jive turkey. Yeah, love this match. Like I said, I can't say Shelton Benjamin's praise is enough. That's the best way I can put it.
Yeah, you have to give respect to where respect is due.
Yeah, well done. Tony Schiavone then comes out with Mercedes Moné, CEO. Chicago. Mercedes comes out and does her thing. Mercedes put on a banger with Chris Statlander at Full Gear.
She did.
Could be argued match of the night. Me and Derek were debating that a little bit, even when they said it, and I was just like, Derek was like, I thought that was her best match so far. It's between that and Stephanie Vakura at Forbidden Door, I think. But
yeah, it does come down to those two.
I don't think Mercedes hasn't performed though. I think Mercedes has been pretty good for the most part. Maybe the Britt Baker match was kind of like but none of them have been bad. I think people are holding her to the high expectations that she set, but I don't think anything's been like, oh, this is awful.
I don't think it's been that way either. I definitely want to say her match with Britt Baker. That was just like a.
But listen, Statlander and that Stephanie Vakura, those were really good.
They were.
I loved them. I thought they were really good matches. Show you right, MVP and Observer. Let me see here. T-bone on the outside, climb up, suplex like Angle used to do it. Oh yeah, he still got it, bro. Those jump ups. But we listened to it. Mercedes is like running down Camille, and it sounds like she's about to fire, but Camille stops her and says she quits, slams the microphone into her chest,
and walks off.
Is it time for Camille and Mercedes match, Derek? Do you build up to this now?
Yes. You have to.
Is Camille the one to beat her, though?
Not for the TNT title.
TBS.
Yes, TBS title. Excuse me. Actually, you know what? No. Yeah, not for the TBS. I don't think she's there.
Someone's got to be the one though to beat her, but who's the one?
I wonder if you bring a specific person back, if she's ready to come back.
Perhaps. Logan James says Jamie Hayter is the Becky Lynch version of AEW. I like to think of them as individuals, but I can see the correlation you're trying to make there. I love Hayter in the ring. Camille versus Mercedes should be a good one. Yeah, I can see that happening at World's End for sure.
Oh yeah.
QT Marshall, we get highlights of the boom and the double chunk chocolate cookie. I bring the boom. If you can see my legs, I'm doing the stupid kick out with it. They were doing all that. Listen, man, it got them a lot of exposure.
It did.
People were giving it up to QT, man. QT did his thing on this. Like, it worked.
Shout out to QT for that, bro.
Yo, here's my thing. All the people who argue about the casual things, and I already know what he's about to say. The casuals, are they in the room with us right now? The casual wrestling fans, right? That argument that people say, I saw people who were complaining like, well, why are they doing this? The casual fans, people who were arguing for that, they should want this. They should love this.
Yes.
It didn't hurt the card. It was on the pre-show. Listen, I'm not the biggest fan of the content either. Homeboy, I know he wrestles like he's British Bulldog with the jeans. I get it. He throws a great punch. He knows how to do moves. He can wrestle. That's not the issue here. He performed. He used to wrestle. I'm glad he was trained. Like, I don't really see why this is some big deal. I'd be more upset if he performed like Bad Bunny and he wasn't on the main card. Bad Bunny crushed it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm just like, this is what happens.
Yeah.
It's not like we're sitting here and there's no time for, I don't know, somebody major and we cut him off for this. It's on the pre-show.
Right.
Like, it's good. And I don't mean that as disrespect. They were trying to get last minute buys, use that guy, his social media presence to get you buys.
Right. And with him being a social media, or with him being a content creator, he can promote himself and get all of his fans to join in. So
the Rizzler. I don't know what he's doing with his hand. I don't think he knows anymore at this point. He's just
probably not.
The Rizzler, hilarious. JBL yelled if Jeff Jarrett didn't hit him with a guitar, he was going to give Jeff Jarrett a clothesline. I was like, come on, y'all.
I can see that really happening.
Saraya, if she's healthy enough, would actually be a great story to dethrone Mercedes. You could do a story with them.
You could.
It's there. If you take that B and put an S and an H in front of Britt Baker, you have my exact thoughts on DMD. Take it easy, Stone Cold Elite Easy. Take it easy. Full Gear had 10 matches. That's 2 days of WrestleMania, B. What was wasted? I have no issues with it. I don't know. Going back to it, don't forget, AEW Collision is going to start at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this weekend. I assume that's so that they don't have clashing with War Games, maybe. I'm sure War Games will expand that pre-show early to get started. Rampage will also be on at 6 p.m. that day. So if you watch both wrestling companies, you're in for a long haul, or get that DVR ready. You decide.
Right.
But they know that those PLEs are cutting into their time. So just be on the lookout.
Right.
Let's get into the next match. Yo, I don't know when we started calling Tomohiro Ishii big time too, but we need to stop that. I had to learn how to properly pronounce these names, and we are all going to learn how to properly pronounce these names. Ring of Honor World Champion Chris Jericho, Tomohiro Ishii.
Who called him big time?
You people on social media, like, yo, big time out here crushing it.
Big time. Okay.
Big time. They're about to adopt that name. Big Bob, big time. You know, Tomohiro was out here chopping chest. Jericho mouth bleeding. Did he chop him or he slapped him, right?
Slapped him. A lot of chops. One really, really good smack.
Reminded me of Ninja Turtles. Yo, if you know the scene I'm talking about, Homeboy was wilding.
Yeah, he was.
Yo, Jericho hit a superplex and Ishii gets up and no-sells it. Jericho hit the Judas Effect did not, I don't want to use the B word. It did not land great, but me and Derek both said this. They recovered nicely.
They did. They recovered to the point where you could almost say
it was forgotten
about. Like it was definitely a great cleanup. It was a great cleanup. So what he hit it like 3 times, right?
Yeah, he did it twice. They've had a nice little joint where he like ducked down and Ishii hit the code breaker on Jericho,
which was actually
pretty smooth.
Yeah, that was really smooth.
I don't know if Jericho was supposed to get hit. He just was like, oh, he missed. Let's just do this.
Yeah.
But they figured it out and it worked, man. And then Ishii ate 2 of those Judas Effects. Like, then those were on point. Like, he looked like he might have crushed his nose or broke it or something.
Dude, the final one, that was the smoothest I've ever. I don't know. Because that one that he hit, who do you catch with a real good Judas Effect that we all agreed on? It was earlier.
He had a bunch of them, bro. The Judas Effect is not bad. I still think Andrade does it like perfection.
Yeah. Shoot.
It wasn't Moxley. It was somebody who we had caught with it. Was it Kenny?
Was it Kenny? I think it was Kenny.
Might have been.
If it was Kenny, between that one and the last one that he pulled off tonight, off the one knee, gold.
Really well done. And don't say when we hate someone we don't give them their props. I'm giving you your props, Jericho, for your in-ring ability tonight. Yeah, but good job to both though for keeping it together. War Games 3-hour pre-show with no matches. Woohoo! Come on, E. Dwan Bostic, welcome. I don't know if he meant. I think it's supposed to be about Shelton. How about Shelton Benjamin's super kick be his finisher? But I love the T-bone. Dwan, we are in full agreement, sir, about that T-bone suplex. Yo, Ishii's face was bruised up. Yeah, he got messed up. My bud called this a New Japan style match. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. All he needed to do was put on the Paymaker gear.
Yeah.
Jericho retains the Ring of Honor title. Yo, so early prediction, y'all. I think Samoa Joe makes his return, and that final battle at the Hammerstein, you do Chris Jericho, Samoa Joe for the Ring of Honor world title. And I'm okay if you have Joe put him to sleep. I'm just saying. I know who I'm rooting for. Joey head cracker back. He'll be going to work. Because he did take him out with a forklift through a wall.
He definitely did.
Man.
Stretching there a little bit.
Yo, come on, D. Come on, D. What are you doing, bro?
Just stretching, bro. That's all.
Now we go backstage. Swerve Strickland and Max Caster got into a little scrappy do. Put him up. And they got into it, bro. Max said something. I don't know what he said.
I didn't catch it either.
Yeah.
It was so quick, and I'm like, wait a minute, what did he say?
All I know is he said, yo, get back here. What'd you say to me?
Hey, yo, my man.
It was like, who was in Juice with Tupac? Who was the dude outside who kept talking crazy to them when they were doing stuff? Something man, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Rada Man? Is that it?
I think it was.
Oh, I'm gonna get so mad that I can't remember this now. Hold on, now I gotta look it up, bro. I gotta look it up for Juice characters.
I want to say that's what it was.
Was it Radamez?
I think it was Radamez.
Yeah, yo, he looks crazy older. Yeah, he was in it, man. But unbelievable.
Yeah. Unbelievable
how he yoked him up, bro. And then, so Max was like, yeah, I beat you in that building last year at Full Gear, blah, blah, blah. And, yo, Swerve beat the dog doo-doo out of this man. Like, I'm talking like a Family Dollar smelling doo-doo. Like, he beat him down, bro. Just boom, boom, boom. Takes him down, threw him to the ground, bro, and then he punt kicked him.
Yes.
I was like, uh-oh. They may have one here, and they could definitely extend this beef into the rap stuff.
Sorry, just stretching.
Not with the tattoos as well, sir. Come on now.
Great punt kick.
Yeah. Max mentioned house fire. He did.
Yes, house fire. Yeah.
And Swerve lost it. Well, that was after. Yeah, but I don't know what initially started it. That? He must have walked by and said something. I don't know, but Delay Gratz knows, man. Like, he mentioned that fire. Swerve beat him down, gave him a kick to the head. I like that Max went rogue. Where was Bowens? Just putting it out there.
Bowens was like, F that. I'm out of here.
Yo, you could have. We've been talking about, you could have Keith Lee come back to help him. Swerve can't go up against the Hurt Business alone.
Nah, you have to have something pulled or set in the cards to help him against them.
Matt says Max Caster started laughing. That's what started it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So this is a feud now. I like it. It was I'm still interested in this one.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you make it the rap beef, but
you could, but
you could. I don't know if Max trying to play Drake or not, though. We'll see. I don't know. You gotta put him down, man. Mustard on the beat now. Should be good. Should be really good. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Hangman Page comes out then and does an interview with Tony Schiavone. Page says that the world title should be his. Out comes Jay White. By the way, when Jay White's music first hits, you hear the like, sing. Yeah, every time it gives you that look like when Tony did I always think of that now. Like, what? Jay White comes out and reminds him, you must have forgot who beat you 2 times at the last 2 pay-per-views. And Jay White is holding it down. Then Pat comes out and stops White before he can talk all his mess. And then here comes the Death Riders. Yuta attacks Page. Page clotheslines White. White caught Marina Shafir. He had her. We were like, yes. Get it. Derek's like, nah, he waited too long. Here comes Moxley. Moxley puts him in the Bulldog choke. Then they start smashing this dude with the JJ Abrams. I don't know what we're calling this. I don't know. Think of some rich dude, Halliburton, just right upside the dome piece. We don't know if the belt's in there or not. But
with Patrick Bateman.
Just down they go. and they put a beat down on them.
Yes.
Triple threat, you think?
Yeah, I think
At
so.
World's End?
I think so.
Darby could get into the mix of this too. Just throwing it out there.
I think that would be the best way to go about it. But, teach his own.
Right? Yo, chill, E. Chill. Jay White got mollywop, but at least he got some mother's milk. Yo, y'all wild tonight in the chat, bro. Wild. Rhea Shafir did put a chokehold on him, man. He just was out, eyes wide open.
She definitely did, but I still think he had enough time to poke her in the eye. Like,
Derek was like, poke her in the eye. I'm like, what?
He had his hands up there. I'm like, just go.
He was missing. That was the point.
I guess you better learn from Ric Flair or Randy Orton.
By the way, so does Pac have any other clothes? At this point, he's always in full gear. He's always ready to go. Pac would look weird in regular clothes, I feel like. Stop, Derek. If you're not an OG Dynamite reviewer, you have no idea what Derek's doing. Pac was doing lifts one time. We were like, yo, this brother is smooth with the lifts, bro. He looked like pure muscle.
Bro, I gotta find that promo.
Those were good back in the day.
Hold on, let me see if I can find that promo.
Don't play it.
I'm not.
All right, yeah. Don't do that. Thanksgiving Eve special. This is the ball match that Skyline everyone was referring to. Ricochet versus ClaudioCastagnoli. As a fellow brother of Team Bald, I am proud of these Bald brothers right here. They crushed it, man. Two amazing performers, two different styles. I don't have a lot of notes because this was fun. Go watch it. Huh?
Found it.
Ricochet. It looks like he found his mojo, bro. He was doing a lot of flips out. Mm-hmm. Claudio was like, remember me? Chikara? We were doing this 07.
Right.
Come on now. And
don't forget about me now, bro.
Ricochet found that mojo. He started hitting that gear a little bit, but he still slowed down. And I was like, okay. Now, Claudio dropped him on the yam bag. We'll use that for the season. On the barricade, he lifted up, dropped him on the yam bag. Yo, Ricochet grabbed some human's water that wasn't there. It was like, yo, I'm taking this.
Yo, he definitely grabbed that water quick as heck.
Dumped it on his head. He went into the ring, and Derek, I promise you, he slid in. Claudio clotheslined this man and pinned him. A straight-up clothesline won a wrestling match, bro. They've done that a couple times now.
But for one, okay, so let's go back. I have always said it is refreshing to see a match and not on a finisher, but something different. It doesn't have to be spectacular or it doesn't have to be super. It sometimes it could just be what he just did, and it was a simple clothesline. And I could take that because that man is strong for no reason.
And Yambag, he got dropped on it. He wasn't protecting himself.
Right.
Down he went. Big dubs for Claudio. I'm happy. It was done. I think that Ricochet's story is going to be why he had to join the Hurt Syndicate.
Yes.
He's losing a lot now. You done messed up, kid. MVP's going to tell him. He said that card is like gold.
Yes. I think you could build the Hurt Syndicate to about good 5 people.
5 wrestlers, or are you talking about 5 people with MVP included?
5 wrestlers.
Okay.
5 wrestlers. At the very least, you could extend it to like faction wise.
That's a lot of people, bro. Don't be extending now.
You could. I'm just saying. I
don't want you walking out here like the NWO. Here comes Stevie Ray and the B team. Bow, 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 bow. I need Sean to hit that NWO B team song. Her finish is literally mother's milk. She usually does it with her socks off. I'm judging you right now. You and Matt. Cut it out. Cut it out. I would like to add Rick Starks to the Hurt Syndicate. They could.
Yeah, you could do that.
They could. I don't know if you want to. I don't want to speak on it yet. I don't know if you want to invest long term in someone who ain't sticking around either, though.
Right.
Food for thought. Going back into this, we get an Adam Cole promo. He comes out. He still says he calls MJF the B word. MJF don't want to fight me. Here comes Kyle O'Reilly. MJF says he declines both their challenges. He's got bigger fish to worry about because next week is the Dynamite Dozen Battle Royal. And Adam Cole says he wants to be the first person to enter himself in. Why didn't everybody enter themselves in for this then?
Right.
Max is going to have to defend that ring again, and it goes off with Kyle arguing with MJF playing the piano, giving them exit music. I have a feeling that Kyle O'Reilly is going to win this Battle Royal.
That would be dope. I'm not even going to lie.
Kyle will get his match before Cole does. It's going to be everybody's going to get the chance before you do, and then World's End is where they finally get to meet because that's where everything went down between them.
Yeah.
It seems like it's a story that they're trying to make.
A story that I can buy into.
Yeah, definitely. I'll leave that where it is, man, but I think that's the match eventually we get to, but I think Kyle's going to win that Dynamite Dozen Battle Royal. Face MJF and then lose to MJF because the ring's basically MJF's character, like at this point. It puts focus on him for the matches. Now, Jamie Hayter versus Queen Aminata was up next, but why is this match happening? Well, at Wrestle Dynasty, we have now found out the AEW contenders. We mentioned to you guys on previous shows who's going to be in the Ring of Honor bracket. We have the CMLL. Does anyone know if Stardom's been announced yet? I haven't been on social media too much the last day or two. So if the Stardom bracket's been announced, please let a brother know. But right here, we have Hayter, Queen Aminata. Then we also have Serena Deeb versus Willow Nightingale on Saturday, December 7th. The winners will face off at Winter is Coming Thursday, December 12th in St. Louis. And the winners will go to the International Women's Cup in the Tokyo Dome. For Wrestle Dynasty on Sunday, January 5th.
Right.
Fantastic match. That's all I can say about this. Y'all know how I feel about Queen Aminata. Queen Aminata's dope. Jamie Hayter's dope. We have to find a way to get Queen Aminata into a picture. I don't care if it's in AEW. I don't care if it's in Ring of Honor. Queen Aminata needs gold. She needs a championship. Give it to her. I think at this point she's earned it. I know she's earned her spot on Dynamite, but we got to give her something, in my opinion. She's too good. She's too good for this.
Yeah, she deserves some kind of spotlight, some kind of chance. She every time that she's on, she performs every single time. I don't think I've seen a Queen Aminata match where I'm like, that was a little lackluster on her part. Haven't seen it. Knock on wood. Hopefully it doesn't get to that point. As long as she's being used correctly, I would like to see her get more play on live TV.
Facts. Jamie Hayter does a great job here. She wins with her lariat. After the match, though, looks like you got another little Julia Hart. The lights go out, and there was only a spotlight that stayed up there. Mind games, they said, with Jamie Hayter. Nothing happened. Just the spotlight stayed up there. But Julia Hart might cost her spot in this match. That looks like Jamie Hayter's next feud. One former women's champ, one former TBS champ.
Mm-hmm.
I could go for it.
Yeah. So with the comeback, I need Julia Hart to really go on like an undefeated streak.
I don't know though. See, the problem is the women's division, like that middle of the pack, is flourishing. We just talked about Aminata, Hayter. You got Julia Hart. You got to pick and choose who you're going to push now.
I know, but I think Julia has come a long way with her gimmick, and I think it got cut short.
Well, injury got her.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I think it got cut short because of that. And I think I just need her to be like ready to come back, full throttle. I'm mopping the floor with everybody.
Right. Cray says Hayter reminds me of a 70s sitcom couch. Wow.
With or without the plastic?
That's enough out of both of you. What is going on here? He's not wrong though. I don't know why she's dressing like she's in Austin Powers or something. Women's division is loaded right now with Julia and Jamie back in the mix. Hey, Christopher LeClaire, I just subscribed on my phone, and happy Thanksgiving. Man, appreciate you, Chris.
Appreciate you.
Thank you guys so much, man. And if you guys haven't, if you're on Blue Sky, give me a follow. #WrestleSky, man.
Blue Sky.
Appreciate it, man. We're getting a lot of follows over there. We're doing really good, actually. So keep showing love. Mina, interviewed by Renee Paquette. She says that she doesn't know why Mariah was fake to her, but she's going to see the real Mina now, if that's the real Mariah. And it looks like that's going to be the program. And then Mariah May comes from out of nowhere, cracks the bottle over her head, whips her with the belt, and bounces.
Well, hold on. She wanted to say, I want Mina.
And they make the match 2 weeks coming up. I believe was it Kansas City or St. Louis? I don't remember. In 2 weeks, winter is coming. Match is happening. Yes. Mariah May versus Mina. Dub.
Yeah, that's going to be really good. I have all the faith in the world that they will show up and prove that this is the strongest women's division.
Chris in the chat says he wants Sky Blue back.
You know what? Sky Blue does deserve to come back.
Injured too, though. Gotta wait for the full healing. But yeah, she'll get her chance to come back.
She was improving a lot.
I thought it was some kind of knee injury, if I'm not mistaken.
I wouldn't be surprised, but she had some traction going too.
It was something crazy too, like a dive to the outside. I think it was with a match with Sheeta. Something happened, yeah, and she just hurt her knee, and I was like, oh, that was weird. So yeah, we'll see how I'm interested to see how they bring her back, if they keep the heel persona or not.
I think you should.
They just might. And then the team go over all the Collision matches. Remember, Collision 4 p.m. I don't remember hearing any Rampage matches, but we got the Blue League, Kyle Fletcher versus the Beast Mortos. We'll be getting that match. We also have Will Ospreay going up against Juicy, my boy.
Juice.
Me want honeycomb. Juice Robinson and Will Ospreay will go at it for this one. And champion versus champion. Blue League, Collision. Kazuchika Okada, Daniel Garcia. Like, how do you hate this? I know we showed the Blue League earlier. Here's the Gold League brackets. Like, man, this tournament is loaded. There's so many ways you could go with it, and there's stories to tell in this. You got the Ospreay, Kyle Fletcher story. You have Kazuchika Okada and Will Ospreay have a story together. Darby Allin and Claudio. Brody King and Darby, which is the main event tonight. You've got stories you can tell with Juice Robinson on behalf of Jay White.
Right.
You have so many crazy things. Just flip it back to this side. Mark Briscoe, Hurt Business stuff. The Beast Mortos is in there. Daniel Garcia's story could be from last year. He only got one win. Can he do that better this year?
Right.
He's a TNT champion now. He's got way more to prove, and you don't want to look suspect in this tournament.
Right. You want to go out there and say, hey, this is the reason why I'm in this tournament.
Kyle Fletcher and Don Callis cut a really good promo too, letting you know, like, yo, we're here. I'm not playing around. And he just got a big win over Will Ospreay. Maybe you keep the momentum going. Okada's got a story too about the tournament. Is he going to break Chono's record? He said, Chono who? Yo, crazy.
Okada's that boy.
Continental Classic is real, bro. The C2, as we call it in the IWC, I love it, man.
C2.
I love it. Yo, whoever, Fight Forever, put that in, man. Put that in. Yes, Chris has said that she'll be back soon. She just dived on her and Sky Blue broke her ankle. Okay. Okada is hitting the finals. Bet the story is if he wins, he's the greatest tournament fighter ever, which is true, which could be argued in pro wrestling terms, you know. Not mad at it. Darby Allin, Brody King, main event. Listen, they knocked out the announced team's table at one point in this match. Derek was happy. I was happy. We made jokes. We were like, you know, this is the best they've sounded all night. Thank you.
It was clean.
We kid. Brody was launching Darby in this, bro. Darby got caught with that sleeper.
That devil's necktie.
Yo, Darby did reverse it into a pen.
He did. Brody
King gets out of it at the last second. Bro, Brody caught this guy, hit him with a gonzo bomb on his dome piece, bro, and ended Darby Allin tonight. Brody King beats Darby Allin. Upset win, maybe some would say.
I agree with that. That is definitely an upset win. Because Darby the last couple times
usually pulls it out. Yeah. That was tonight's show, man. Claudio's walking up the stairs with a steel chair. They have a little stare down. It's announced next week on Dynamite, though. It's going to be Claudio versus Brody. Yes. Two beasts going at it. I'm good with that. And he dropped the chair, though. It looked like, I don't know if Brody was protecting Darby or protecting himself, but he didn't trust Death Rider. So he's like, nah, not right now. We ain't doing that game.
Right.
So I like it. They were off at 10 on the dot. That's why we were able to start early tonight. Derek, what'd you think of tonight's show?
I thought tonight's show was good. Definitely thought it was good. It was better than the last show that we got. Even though the last show wasn't bad. But it was definitely better than the last show that we got.
More excitement to this one.
Yeah.
I'm giving this a thumbs up. Solid thumbs up.
Yes.
I would even do half a thumb if I could, but we'll leave it at that. Chat, tell me what you guys thought of tonight's show. Was it good? Was it worth it? Let me know. We're going to run down some news and we're going to get on out of here real quick. Wrestle Dynasty, man. Here's the matches that we have lined up for this. So this is not the Wrestle Kingdom show. That's something else completely different. We'll be talking about that when the time is appropriate. We got a month still to build to that. And I'm sure we still have some matches. But Zack Sabre Jr. versus Ricochet. That's going to be interesting because Zack Sabre Jr. may still be the IWGP World Champion, but he's got to defend his belt the night before. Kenny Omega versus Gabe Kidd. Kenny Omega back. And he's taking on Gabe Kidd for New Japan.
Yes.
Good for Mr. Omega. I like it.
Go.
Big Tom, as the streets call him, apparently. Tomohiro Ishii taking on Shingo Takagi or Konosuke Takeshita for one of the championships. It looks like might be the never openweight championship. Now, Shingo and Takeshita are going to wrestle each other the night before.
I think Takeshita, it'll be Takeshita and Ishii. I think that's what we deserve right now.
Listen, do your thing. I love it. Tsuji versus Jack Perry. Go Tsuji. Shota Umino versus Claudio. John Moxley said he was sending a mercenary over, and sorry for you, Shota. I really think that Shota could turn from these beatdowns, though, and become Death Rider Shota Umino. Ooh. And be an extension of the Death Riders. Yo, streets, do you hear me? Do you hear me? I'm just letting you know. That's what I think they could do.
You know what I hear in the background? When you put him in Death Riders, Big Boss Man's thing.
Yo, what?
I don't know why.
Which one? If you ever take a trip down to Cobb County, Georgia.
We need that.
Right? Okay. All I hear is every time I hear that theme, all I hear is Boss Man pounding the nightstick on the steps.
Oh yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. Chill, Ray. If Konosuke is still the international champion by Wrestle Kingdom, his belt's on the line too. We'll take it.
Yeah,
we'll take it. Championship for championship. Wrestle Dynasty International Cup. Like I said, we're getting the people for that being announced, and the matches are happening. And the Young Bucks requested a tag match. Well, we found out what their challenge was in a video this week, and they're going to be taking on the tag team champions, the Great Khan and Hinari. So, will the Young Bucks become the IWGP World Tag Team Champions?
No.
I think they could. I think, dude, Great Khan. See, Derek don't watch enough New Japan. He don't know about Hinari and them. I don't know, fam. I don't know if I trust them enough to keep the belts on them. All I know is tag scene looking a little weak right now. Looking a little weak. Young Bucks could at least spruce it up.
True. I don't want to see them with anything else.
Maybe the match changes. Maybe something happens the night before, and then this match changes up.
I hope so.
Because that's the only way I'm believing the Bucks ain't winning this.
I hope so. I don't, but you know what? Like I said, I don't want to see them with another title.
Yo, come on, Matt Lopez. Why you have to mention Pepper? Leave that dog out of this. Right. In other news, AEW Grand Slam has been moved to the Brisbane Entertainment Center. It has a capacity of 13,500. So they weren't moving enough tickets to do it in the tennis stadium like they wanted to. So it's still going to be Grand Slam. I'm sure that's because they purchased the name, probably made all the marketing stuff, ring skirts and all that being made now. Is it a blow? Yes. Is it the right move? Probably so.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to worry about aesthetics and finances, and some things take precedent over others.
Look at this. It's to make for a better environment. Final Battle will come off as a big deal for Ring of Honor. It's going to come off as a big deal for AEW as well, though. You're getting Dynamite there, smaller crowd, but they're going to be louder, more intimate, more into the show.
And sometimes that's what you need to jumpstart or reinvigorate what you need to happen.
Yeah, if you guys haven't, make sure. I think there's still a few tickets left for the Manhattan Center. Check it out. I know that they're selling pretty well. GCW has a show coming up there as well, which brings us probably, one topic away. Hold on. We'll say this too. Penta's deal is expected to be up next week. Fightful Select has learned. That seems to be the truth here. So Penta could technically bust out and go without Phoenix right now.
Right. But I don't think he will, because they're too close to each other.
I just think you could use him for the Rumble though. Like if he could be in the Rumble, put him in.
You could.
Let him go on a little singles run at first. Penta can wrestle single style. That's how when I first was introduced to him, I didn't know him and Phoenix were tag team or brothers. I thought that Penta was by himself. I just watched Lucha Underground, bro. Yo, you ever watch that show?
Yes.
Yo, I really want you to watch like the whole 4 seasons of it, Derek. You would enjoy it. It's not even like really wrestling. It's more like movies. Like it's like, oh, this is dope.
I listen. I think the last time I was watching it, it was on Tubi.
Yeah, Lucha Underground jumps around. You gotta be on the hunt for all that. Seriously, that's still a whole lot of seats. It is. It is. Congratulations to Viva Van signing with AEW/ROH. She will be on the CML Arena show as well, December 13th. Thank you, Matt.
Nice.
If only GCW didn't book that venue first. GCW could have put an exclusivity clause in like everyone else does too. They said TNA did it to them. Like,
so if TNA did it to you, don't you think you would have learned your lesson?
I don't know.
So then you can't get mad when someone else does it to you after another company did it to you and you didn't follow suit and make that happen for yourself. It's your fault. Sorry.
Dynamite Hammerstein tickets are almost gone. Close to Second Collision and ROH is selling good as well. Yeah, man, sell that place out, New York. You want them to come back? Better put it on the table and show them that you want that show.
Right.
Chris says, I've watched Lucha Underground. Penta versus Vampiro, Clown says, was amazing. Yes, it is. It was really good. And Vampiro was actually pretty good on the mic on that, too. I really enjoyed that show. Speaking of the GCW drama, I have pictures. Let's get into it. Ricky Starks appeared at GCW Dream. He was out in them streets. He was at a mall. Shout out to Ricky Starks. Sean Ross Sapp, I'm taking this. Coming down with the Louis Vuitton bag. Way to make that a write-off.
Right.
He's out there. He gets the microphone. He was fired up. Ricky also did an interview with Chris Van Vliet this week talking about a lot of the stuff that's been going on. Why aren't you on AEW TV? What happened when you went to the Rumble show? Security leaked footage of him being there with Cody. Then he was at WrestleMania. He was cheering for Cody. Fans see him in a press box, and they show that. I don't know why he was in a press box. He could have probably just stayed on a bus or hidden away where you don't see them.
Right.
I just think of the Highlanders, if you guys haven't been around long enough. Like, when they showed them on TNA, like, dude, that ended up costing that guy his job, basically. Like, you caused a tag team their job by showing that guy on TV.
Right.
Absolutely wild, in my opinion, to do something like that. Cray says Lucha Underground is dope. Someone needs to recreate that Penta Vampiro storyline. It's going to be tough, man. You got to have the production to make moves like that and do that.
Right.
But it's blamed on Effie for talking about TK's dad. I'm going to get to this in 1 second, Clown, because that is the next screenshot I have. All right, bro. I'm trying to be nice to GCW here. But Derek heard this part of it, and I'm going to let him kind of weigh in on some of this too a little bit. Brett doesn't have a dad who pays him to stay away. Effie said this on his Weekend at Effie's podcast, talking about this. And I showed Derek, he said a lot of stuff. I forgot to show Derek the CM Punk thing. I've heard Effie say he didn't like CM Punk, and now he's CM Punk's biggest fan. So I don't know what has changed. But I want y'all to peep some of the stuff that's going on here. Y'all gonna get on me for being conspiracy clown, but Brett Lauderdale's taking pictures with Nick Khan and Stephanie McMahon. I don't know how that happened. And I just showed Derek that CM Punk return video. Where was Stephanie McMahon seated when she first appeared in it?
Yeah, sitting right behind the monitors. How did you do that?
You know what I mean? I guess you could say she was visiting, but
are you allowed to visit?
I would assume so. Like, okay, well, my husband works backstage. That's fine. I didn't see any passes though, or nothing. She's sitting right there. I don't know. Very weird.
I would think that garners a pass to have, because you were. Okay, yeah, we'll continue.
Yeah, it's just very odd, the whole thing. Like I said,
it really is, because you should not have been back there. You shouldn't have been back there. I'm sorry. You don't deserve to be back there sitting with your husband, watching the monitors, seeing people that you're not supposed to be seeing.
Yeah, I don't know. More on what else Effie said. GCW can't run on a $40 million deficit and continue to run shows. Okay. I don't know. But you're saying a lot of stuff and on actually having to run we have to actually run a profitable company. You're taking shots. Now, Clown said, what does Effie have to do with this? So I'm going to put it to you like this. If this was the Attitude Era, right? If something came out of Stone Cold, Rock, or Triple H's mouth, even Undertaker, Kane, those people represent the company. You are high enough on the pecking order that I know that this is company rhetoric, because they prepare you for media training and they tell you these things. So if you're saying it, the company's probably thinking it. Now, maybe he's saying GCW is not like that on a different scale, but someone's supporting Effie's shows.
Yeah, somebody is backing it heavy.
So I assume a lot of the GCW talent's involved. I'm sure Brett knows what's going on with those shows. It's just like, Brett could have came down and shut that down too.
Right.
He didn't. Also, let's go back to the video game nonsense. AEW Fight Forever. They're in a trademark battle now. Tony's trying to get his money back, and you're up here. Well, let's talk about this name. What is there to talk about, bro? This is my video game. What are you doing? You should have did this months ago. You want to do it now?
Right, yeah.
Like,
you got to bite the bullet on this one, big guy.
Yeah, so I don't know how much it went into it, but it's how you look at this in perspective. And is Tony wrong? Yes, there is a part of this where I feel Tony is wrong. Let's get into what others are saying about this. So, Game Changer Wrestling, this is Brett Lauderdale's promotion that Effie wrestles for, says we have just been informed that Ricky Starks has been pulled from all upcoming GCW appearances, including his announced match on 12/14 in Los Angeles, his unannounced match on 12/28 in Seattle, and his unannounced match on 1/19 at the Hammerstein Ballroom.
Right.
So they went out of their way to make sure that you knew that they had matches planned for him later on,
right,
to do that. Now, here's one of the issues. This is Tony Khan's talent. I know they're independent contractors. I agree. Don't get me started on that. But we're going to play with past rules for right now, because that's a whole nother topic, a whole nother conversation. Past rules, though, state I'm loaning you these talent. Now, he pulled Ricky from the shows. Does he pull Danhausen? Does he stop John Moxley from coming to do these shows now? Marina Shafir from the GCW Bloodsport shows? You insulted this man. You insulted him. Like,
you did.
No, kick me in the nuts and do it again. Like, what do you want him to say?
Right, yeah.
You can't just do that to people.
You really can't. And the whole thought process behind everything that's happening makes no sense, for one, and it sounds very personal for two.
Yeah, well, let's see. But it's blamed on Effie for talking about TK's dad. Well, it depends if you believe it's over Ricky Starks or not. I think this is multiple fold.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's multiple things that are happening behind the scenes that we don't know about. But it's too hard to say that it's only one thing.
Listen to Sean Ross Sapp. Go to Fightful and listen to The Hump with him and Jimmy Van today. That's what I listened to and got a lot of information from it. GCW sources tell Fightful Select that Ricky Starks has been pulled from upcoming appearances. We're told AEW had talent, or excuse me, not talent. We're told, quote, AEW had taken exception to GCW talent Effie bringing up Shad Khan on a recent podcast in regards to AEW running the Hammerstein Ballroom. Goes back to what Derek said, though. You should have put an exclusivity clause into your contract if that's what it was.
Yep.
And Shad effectively paying Tony Khan to stay away. And that's got to hurt, too, because if any part of that is true or he thought that, like, you don't say, I don't know. You don't say that, man.
No.
After that, AEW was not interested in having Ricky Starks work GCW. Are you surprised? I'm not.
No.
And sorry, I think I took this one and zoomed in. AEW also says Ricky Starks is able to take other independent dates from other companies. So, hey, there it is.
Right.
This is a lot, man.
It is. I think it's something that we're going to have to watch unfold. But I also believe that it was taken extremely personal.
And he said not to make it. You heard the part with Effie.
Yes.
So Derek listened to the actual TikTok. He said not to make it personal, but then you said things that made it personal, bro.
Yeah, you can't say not to take it personal.
That's the classic not to sound racist. Something racist is about to come out of this person's mouth as soon as they say that.
Exactly. When you say it's not to take it personal, you mean something personal. And right after you say it, you made it personal. How do you do that?
Yeah.
It sounds stupid.
So to me, this is very gray. This is where Conrad gets into the gray stuff. Effie shouldn't have said what he said because that reflects on GCW.
Yes.
GCW wasn't selling tickets before this, y'all. I'm sorry to break your hearts. They only sold 600 tickets before.
Right.
And they had already plateaued. Shout out to Mr. Warren Hayes. You can go ask him. He did the research. Your tickets were already plateauing. Now this is drumming up interest, but they also were handing out flyers, GCW versus the world, blah, 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 blah. That's what they were turning this into. So it's gotten buzz for them as well. So maybe people will go to the shows.
Hopefully.
I don't know. But and I'm going to get to your thing here in a second, Clown, because I'm going to tell you why. So Matt's putting in what changed is WWE sending talent to GCW shows. That's true. When your show's being outsold by ROH and it isn't the ROH like back in the 2000s and 2010s, of course they are mad. Yeah, he also said like AEW has no buzz, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but they do, though.
But they just signed a big TV deal, though.
Like,
well, they don't. They don't. They're not as hot as they were. WWE's the hot promotion in town.
Right. I mean, but you can't say it doesn't have buzz. Like, what kind of buzz do you have?
Right. And Matt says Brett was on a podcast yesterday saying he didn't know about Effie's comments because he doesn't listen to the podcast. That might be true, Matt, but I'm saying Effie's saying this rhetoric just openly. So people are going to associate it with Brett, though, as well.
Right. That's
what I'm saying. So if Effie just was talking off the cuff, it reflects bad upon GCW. You just did something that hurt GCW.
Right. Yeah. Effie, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, bro. No, you know what? I take that. I can't, because you made it personal by you saying it's the. I don't want to make this personal. You did. You made it personal. I'm sorry, bro. Like, if this was done to you before by another company, why wouldn't you hit the exclusive? I can't say that, but
exclusivity thing.
Exclusivity.
Well, it wasn't Effie's. It's Brett's company. Brett should have put it in. Period.
Still, but you're a part of the equation, bro. You're a part of the equation.
Or you should have suggested it to Brett. Like, make sure you put in those clauses in your contract going forward.
You're both supposed to be running this, right? So if you're both running it, what kind of partner are you to not?
Well, no, Effie's not running it. Effie's not. GCW is a big independent company. Think of it like that, and they will run promotions with it. So they'll help Effie run like Effie's Big Gay Brunch,
right? And
they'll do those shows WrestleMania weekend,
right?
Something to think about with what Matt had just posted as well. Sorry to say that, Derek. The WWE sending talent to GCW shows, so maybe Effie can get some of those people for his shows. It all works together, though. Like you said, that's why people are assuming this.
Yeah.
Now, moving on to Tony Khan. Here's where the yin and the yang of Tony Khan goes. Here's the bad. Tony Khan needs to stop being petty. And if you don't want these people, give them up. Why are you holding Ray Phoenix, Pentagon? If they're leaving, they can go. And something you may learn from listening to a bunch of other people, it sounds like Penta and them knew months ago they were leaving.
Yes.
And that's a problem because your contracts weren't up, and now you want this guy to do you a solid and let your brother go, even though he could tack on more time, but you're playing with him. And then your agent or the person who's doing the talking for you, Conan, aka Carlos, you can't have him talking crap to Tony on his podcast and saying what goes around comes around and expect Tony not to do anything.
Right.
Tony's wrong though for holding talent hostage. He needs to just let them go, bro. If you don't want them there, they let them go.
There's other programming that they could join, other programs, other companies that they can go to get their stuff through. If you don't want them, don't keep them. It's what we like to call spring cleaning. Spring clean the companies, kick out the ones you don't want.
Yeah.
It's simple as that. I know if you built some kind of relationship with them, I get it. But if you don't want them, let them go.
Yeah. And I want to go back to a quote too for the good side of Tony in this as well. And Tony doesn't want to give people away. They're going to just put him on NXT and try to down Tony as well. Like, oh, right. Tony's getting crushed now. He should have never gave him away. Tony's damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Right.
No matter what he does. Like I said, Jay White and Hangman Page. If Page would have won, they would have said he 50-50 booked it. He didn't. Now they're burying Page. Which one is it, guys? You can't have it both ways.
It's one or the other.
It doesn't matter. People will twist and turn and find a way to say that stuff.
Right.
Now, for Tony, I'm going to say this. Y'all want him to run smaller venues. He's trying to do that. People are going to be upset. They're going to do yada, yada, yada and complain about all this stuff. Didn't y'all say after Brawl Out, Tony needs to be more of a boss and start handling situations? Now he's handling situations and y'all don't like the way he's handling it, so you want to complain. You can't have it both ways. And by the way, some of y'all are creating a monster and it's on you. This is what I'm talking about when I say the fans are wrong. And I hope someone listens to this and gets mad because sometimes the fans are wrong.
Yes.
Because now when Tony starts his own ID program, when Tony starts doing all this other stuff, I don't want to hear nothing because they're going to make him do things that he doesn't want to do because he has to protect himself against others if he wants to be in this business world.
Right.
That's just what they're forcing him to do.
Right.
Sorry. And yeah, I saw people saying that too. I'm not even giving them time on this podcast because we're here to be thankful today. Let's go back to Clown. Clown said Bloodsport is different with Josh Burnett's side of it. Yes, but what I was saying is, are they going to let them run those co-shows anymore? Like, okay, You're on the show. Moxley may be able to speak up and keep it going, but Marina and all that, are you going to be Moxley'd have to stick up for all of them? Right. And then, y'all could be on the show. Like I said, Josh Barnett's probably cool with AEW. Can we run a show with GCW? Nah, we ain't doing that, player.
Right.
I'm done with that. He disrespected my family. You understand that, right, John? And it could turn into one of those situations. That's why I said, are you going to let other people go out? True Bloodsport is more Barnett show than GCW, but they still interact. They still cross-sect. Effie actually said that in the full quote, they should have put an exclusive on the venue, and Brett before said it's an unwritten rule not to run that close. Guess what? People in this world will take unwritten rules and break them eventually just so that they can get an advantage, bro.
Yeah, if I want an advantage and to get ahead, I'm going to do what I have to do.
Well, that's how shady people work.
It is true,
but also Tony was like, no exclusivity. All right, I'm there. Why not? Right. If they only sold 600 tickets, okay. Like I said, they put on a bad show that first time at the Hammerstein, according to many people. I didn't hate it as much as other people did, but I still think that they have a chance to redeem themselves here. And like I said, this is building up stuff for them. This is kind of a happy accident for GCW, and hopefully they can do something here. Matt says, moral of the story, don't shoot your mouth off when you know it might cost stuff. By the way, he leaked AEW run a Hammerstein 3 nights in a row before we all found out. Also true that he didn't leak that because that was like a week or two ago, Derek.
Shut up talking.
It makes it worse. Please. Agreed, TK is just in bad holding these guys. A, if you don't want them to be there. 2, if you don't have anything for them. Yeah. Like, what's the point? Counterpoint is letting people out of their contract rewarding or contract tampering. Touche. And he said now he's Vince Gomez, as we call him. What was Gomez before Bischoff had people throwing titles in the trash and going back on handshake deals? Yeah, that's happening. How come Punk didn't have a problem with Jade growing through the real glass? Well, I'm sure there's a professional way to do it, Rob. I'm sure they used the sledgehammer and then, all right, set the scene.
Right.
Action.
Right.
It was restricted by the commission, the first GCW show, so no blood and all the outside talent won. Yeah, I don't know why they did that. That was a chance to showcase your show. You're on pay-per-view, and a lot of eyes were watching that night.
Right. Yeah.
And I just remember people not giving it great reviews. So
you have to take every opportunity that is given to you, and that opportunity you kind of wasted. Next go around when it does happen again for you, take it as soon as you get it.
Yeah. He said Hammerstein was rolled out with 16 other dates. I think it was pre-planned, not a response to GCW who goes by what GCW does. Ole Anderson. I don't know, E. The source that I think I had told you and Matt before, I had heard that it was happening too beforehand from another source. Like I said, lots of sources when it comes to this stuff. And it was a rumor, so I wasn't sure. I didn't want to speak on that or say something about that. But AEW Talent won. Ruby beat Allin at that show. Yeah, that probably shouldn't have happened though either. In my opinion, like put your people over, GCW. Yes. Put your people over.
Yeah.
Try to get yourselves a TV deal. Like I would love to see GCW get something, but we're not going to act like GCW hasn't been playing like some weird games too.
Right.
I know he said he never met Tony. I think Brett said I've never met Tony except for once, and he did something really nice for a GCW talent. He didn't want to get into the details of what it was, but Tony's a nice guy, he said.
Right.
Weird. I don't know, man. I'm going to leave it at this, man. I want all wrestling to succeed.
Yes.
I want all wrestling to get along.
Yes.
I want y'all to notice, though, watch the games that are being played. Games being played by AEW. Games being played by WWE. Games being played by GCW. Games being played by talent. Things to watch. And going back to Ricky. Ricky has to see both sides of this situation, too. This was the Ricky Starks hour, by the way. So Ricky's got to see both sides of the situation too, and view it as you do have to be careful. You can't go around disrespecting people who are in management positions in AEW. Like he called someone out and then, I'm not listening to them. We mentioned WWE every single week. Like, I know, Ricky, but I get what they're saying too. They're just trying to tell you, this looks bad.
Sometimes you got to dial it back and keep things to yourself, and that was one.
Yeah, I mean, he put it out there, though, so it's what it is. I also was told that he was offered something, or no, he asked before his contract was done, and they were giving him a lot of stuff on TV. Hey, can you not renew my option? I want to explore my options, which that's perfectly fair for him to ask.
Absolutely.
But you also tipped off your employer, so if you're trying to leave, I don't really think I should be giving you the big wins and doing stuff for you. But he still won the Owen Hart Cup. He still won the tag titles. And also, I was never injured, but then we hear about he had a stinger. I never refused creative, but he said no to having beating Big Bill.
Right.
I get it. Like that's weird to have a talent say no, I don't want to beat that guy.
Right.
But you still kind of said no.
Right.
So all of this gets weird and meshed up. In my opinion, end of the day, let Ricky go. Let the Lucha Bros go. Let these people go, Tony. Just show like, you know what? We're going to be fine. Let's keep it moving. Cut your payroll down. Save some buckaroos and do what you got to do.
Yeah, I agree with that. If it's too much having so many people there, start moving people out.
Yeah.
Start moving them out. Save yourself the time and the trouble and the embarrassment of trying to do things.
Like I said, he won't win because if they go and succeed on the other show, he was holding them back. He wasn't doing it. Rob said, let my people go. That's the perfect way to end this show. Let my people go. AEW's coming up, man. We got a big month ahead with the Continental Classic, AEW World's End. Hopefully we'll be able to get a review for you guys for that. I can't make any promises. Schedule's going to get hectic towards the end of the year again, But we are here. We are rocking. We are going to do what we got to do. For myself and the man I call Derek and you call Derek, we are out for an AEW Dynamite review. We will be back next week with another one for all of this. So we'll catch you guys next week and see you for another round of the C2 Continental Classic.
See.
One.